Welcome back. It is Monday, and this is what we call Elaina's experiment. So we have Delia Navarro with Sylvan Learning of Bakersfield with us and her kiddos. Thanks for joining us so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having us.
Today we're lighting stuff on fire in name of the 4th.
4th of July week. We're definitely keeping with the theme and the spirit, except minus the loud bang.
Nice.
But this is one that involves fire, so really important to make sure adult supervision. Adults should be handling anything with the fire.
Okay.
So really important to state that.
And you got us started a little early because you said this takes some time.
It takes some patience. It takes some time. You definitely want to do this outdoors.
Okay.
And what we're watching, what's happening here, what's actually happening is we're having baking soda and the sugar.
Okay.
There's powder, a regular kind, and sand. And then when you have flame, what happens is the sugar is turning into black carbon.
Okay.
When it burns. And we're watching a chemical reaction take place. And with the the baking soda, what happens is when it reacts with the heat, it releases carbon dioxide gas.
Okay.
And so it really allows kind of a snake form to come out because we get to see a combination of things at work. What do we see at work?
It's a combination of combustion and decomposition.
Really? Okay.
And decomposition.
It creates both a solid and a gas right before our eyes.
Yeah, so we get to watch chemistry grow in action. And so it might take some trial and error, figure out what works best for you, but I definitely recommend go outdoors, away from anything flammable. And you're going to need to start with some sand. So if you want to do this at home, again, let's walk through some of the steps that we would need. So we're going to get some sand, and you can pick that up at a hardware store or playgrounds.
Right.
Basically
bring it back from the beach if you get to go.
And you'll definitely need a tin or something like this, a pie tin will work, or ceramic, something that's non-flammable. And I used a little tin inside the tin to kind of keep the sand in one area.
Smart.
You're going to want to put 2 little piles. I think we did that here. And then on the other side, you're going to work to mix a 4-to-1 ratio of mostly sugar. So you're going to have 4 parts sugar, and 1 of the baking soda.
And I wouldn't think that any of those would be flammable, but we're combining them together as part of the base.
Yes. And then with the sand, I want to encourage you to make little piles there. So you're going to make like a little dent so that it'll work really well. And then you're going to soak the sand. Have some extra available that works really well, or a fire extinguisher or a lid. And you're going to pour in my case, I put alcohol, rubbing alcohol, because that works really well for this. Or you can even do it with lighter fluid. Again, you can see why adult supervision is required. And then we're going to place the mixture on top of the little piles that we put. Okay. Do you think you can reach that? Do you want to put that? So we're going to put them in the 2 different piles. I recommend mixing it separately. We tried different things. Again, you're keeping your science hat on. I tried originally to just do 1 single pile, and we got these really large type snakes, but I like the look of it, and they seem to work quicker when I had 2 separate. We tried with 3, and they were a little too small. So you're just really wanting to think about all those different factors as you go in. Let's see if this
the lighter's not cooperating, because of course it's live TV, so the lighter doesn't want to work.
Yes.
But just putting it near the isopropyl alcohol, it will start to cause that reaction that then takes over the sugar baking soda mix.
Let's see if this will work for me.
Oh, bummer.
Oh,
there it goes.
Go.
Okay,
and so once you light that, you're going to start to see that reaction as it...
And again, I like that you stepped back, you had your hands folded so you can watch and observe, but not chance getting hurt. It's so interesting, and it's a very fascinating smell too, because at first it's smoky like a campfire, but then it almost starts smelling sweet, and that's the sugar reacting?
Yes, it's the sugar. That's exactly what the kids said at home when we tried this. They were like, it smells so good. This is a great science experiment. And then if you get your gloves on, you can tell Elaina and tell our viewers what this feels like.
Yes.
Because what do you think? You want to make predictions with your kids. What do you think that's going to feel like?
I think it's going to be like ashy, like it'll just fall apart like an old piece of charcoal in the barbecue.
And it'll be interesting to see what your kids say. They might think, that looks like it might be hard.
Right.
Like charcoal,
like stone or charcoal, solid charcoal.
But is it going to do that? Let's see. Tell us what it feels like when you try that. Is that me? There we go.
So you can see this one here is now starting to expand and grow. So it's creating that building snake, which is so interesting.
Yes, yes, and then you can see it continue to grow. Again, in certain temperatures, atmosphere, there's a lot of the humidity also plays into it. There's certain times if the wind is blowing a little more, you can see it grow much quicker. This one's not cooperating as
It
much.
doesn't want to play because we're inside and the ventilation is on. So does this feel ashy? Does it feel like styrofoam? What's it like?
It feels like styrofoam.
Like
yeah.
styrofoam? So cool. And you can see it drew up some of the sugar or the sand in like a crystalline structure inside.
It looks like it's hardened, but
Yes.
it's very ashy and fluffy.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Again, the baking soda is what's releasing and doing the carbon dioxide gas, and it's getting trapped in the carbon from the sugar. And so because it's trapped in there, it tends to rise, and that's what you're seeing in action. This one's starting.
And building a new structure, and it's just starting.
There you go.
With that, we're out of time, but how fascinating is this? And the summer learning continues at home with experiments like this, hanging out with your kids, making those observations. And if you need any professional help, you have our friends at Sylvan here all summer too.
Yes,
We'll be right back.
Sylvan.com.